Hello everyone! Recently I tested size 10 torpedoes against Polaris. Link to this video is in the top right corner. Of course, point defense cannons were off for this test, otherwise Polaris would have shut down any incoming torpedo. Maybe with exception of dump firing torpedoes at very close range. Results were quite interesting. Front of Polaris is bugged, like front of 890 and lower front of Carrack. You can fire as many torpedoes as you like, aimed at the front of those ships. Front will turn red, but damage is not piped to other sections of the ship because of missing damage pipes. Next interesting observation was one size 10 torpedo aimed at the rear, shut down, no restart, power plant and or cooler destroyed, and I was not able to change fuses. And one size 10 torpedo aimed at the top lost shield generators. I was curious if you can do the same thing with size 9 torpedoes, shut down, no restart. There are some very significant differences between the size 9 and the size 10 torpedo damage. Size 10 torpedoes are doing almost double the damage of a size 9 torpedo. Speed. Size 10 torpedoes are very slow. Lock-on range, for some very strange reasons, size 10 torpedoes have a lower lock-on range than size 9 torpedoes. I guess this is an error. CRG, you might want to look into this. Min and max. And of course, the most important thing, explosion radius. Size 10 torpedoes have minimum explosion radius of 30 meters. Size 9 torpedoes only of 12 meters. Same with max, 15.13 meters. To 40 meters explosion radius max of size 10 torpedoes. I was curious if one size 9 torpedo with point defense cannons off, aimed at the rear of a Polaris, can shut her down too. Let's see how this went. One size 9 torpedo aimed at the rear. This is rear view camera.
Shields damaged.
Okay.
Engines down.
Yeah, we didn't lose our power plant. Size 9 torpedoes have a much smaller damage radius than size 10 torpedoes. One more. Yeah, we still have all our components, but we lost some of our engines, so we are not totally fine. But we can still fly. I guess we lose some speed. Okay, I try to fire 3 at once. My second account doesn't have a HUD at the moment. Okay, I see 3 on the way. Again, aiming at the rear.
Shields damaged. Engines down. Engines down.
Okay, we are in a damage state. Rear is red. But we still have all our components. We didn't lose our power plant. Very interesting. And we lost more engines. Yeah, we can still fly. Warning, major torque imbalance. And she seems to be very sluggish now. I mean, she isn't exactly a very agile ship, but this is now very sluggish, but we can still fly. One size 9 torpedo aimed at the top.
Shields damaged.
Still have our shields. Yeah, size 9 torpedoes have a much smaller damage radius than size 10 torpedoes. And here's our result. Can you do the same thing with size 9 torpedoes? No, you cannot. One size 10 torpedo aimed at rear of Polaris, shut down, no restart. One size 9 torpedo aimed at rear of Polaris, lost their main engines. 2 size 9 torpedoes lost their main engines. 5 size 9 torpedoes lost most main engines. Damage state and Polaris was very sluggish. One size 10 torpedo aimed at top of Polaris, lost shield generators. One size 9 torpedo aimed at top of Polaris, no visible damage. You can still do damage with size 9 torpedoes against the Polaris, but you won't get shut down, no restart. Size 9 torpedoes have a much smaller damage radius than size 10 torpedoes. A Polaris is destroyed by 3 size 10 torpedoes, except when you aim at the front, her front is bugged, missing damage pipes. I don't know how many size 9 torpedoes you need for a kill. I would guess 6. Retaliator still doesn't have her modules in Arena Commander. This means Retaliator doesn't have her torpedoes. I would have to use Eclipses, and I am not in the mood to do it with Eclipses. Retaliator has 6 size 9 torpedoes and not only 3. If you can put modules in it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. And there's our target, Origin 400i. I have to keep a certain distance. Damage radius of this bomb is 100 meters. And there's no damage fallout from the center yet. Okay, I said so. I was too close. I was too close. Yeah. Now we have a Mercury Star Runner. I try to stay at a little bit more distance. Fully charged. And fire. Nice. I survived. And here's what's left of Mercury Star Runner. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.